Welcome back to Motor Authority. Today, we're taking a deep dive into a machine that most thought belonged to the past, but it's been brought back with some serious attitude. This is Iran's enhanced M60A1 main battle tank. Once a relic of Cold War armor, the M60A1 has been resurrected by Iranian engineers and militarized with new tech, firepower, and armor, becoming a completely different beast in 2025. It's Soliman 402, Iran's upgraded M60A1A, and it's worth your full attention. Let's rewind a bit. The original M60A1 tanker, designed and produced by the United States starting in the 1960s, was built for battlefield dominance during the Cold War. Powered by a Continental AVDS 1792 V12 air-cooled twin-turbo diesel engine, this tank was no slouch. With a top speed of around 48 km per hour and a range of 500 km, it was a workhorse. It came armed with the powerful 105mm M68 rifle gun and had steel armor up to 250mm thick at its most fortified points. Back in the day, it was a symbol of American armored might. But the Cold War is long over, and yet, here we are in 2025, talking about the M60A1 again. Why? Because Iran has taken this aging platform and injected it with modern technology, strategic upgrades, and a whole new combat philosophy. This project is now known as the Soliman 402, an Iranian-developed overhaul that essentially turns the old M60A1 into a new generation battle tank. Let's talk visuals first. At a glance, you can still see the M60A1's DNA in the silhouette. But look closer, and the transformation is obvious. The turret has been re-engineered. No longer is it the rounded dome of the original, and now, it has a lower profile, sharper angles, and Iran explosive reactive armor panels bolted on all sides. These explosive tiles help neutralize incoming anti-tank rounds, especially heat shells and tandem warhead RPGs. What's even more impressive is the modular armor layout. Iran has taken cues from both Western and Eastern tank development. The Soliman 402 is believed to use composite armor overlays beneath the era, similar in design to the Russian contact systems. It's a hybrid defense approach: a solid steel bones, modern composites, and reactive protection. That makes it dramatically more survivable in urban combat and close quarters engagements. But armor's just one part of the story. The main gunner, once a respectable but aging 105mm, is no longer what it used to be. Iran has replaced it with a 125mm smoothbore gun, likely based on the Soviet, Russian Tu-A46 series. That's the same caliber used in the T-72, T-90, and even China's Type 99. This upgrade gives the Soliman 402 access to a whole new range of ammunition types, from UPF's kinetic rounds to tandem charge heat and even programmable airburst shells. The gun's fire control system has also seen a serious revamp. One of the most crucial updates is the thermal and electro-optical sighting system. This tank now boasts an independent panoramic sight for the commander and a stabilized gunner sight with thermal imaging. This brings day-night combat capability into play, something the original M60A1 never dreamed of. In addition, there's talk of a laser rangefinder and even a ballistic computer on board, further enhancing accuracy at long distances. In field conditions, that's a game changer. Powertrain-wise, the Iranians haven't disclosed every detail, but military observers believe the engine has been upgraded too. While the original AVDS 1790 diesel could push around 750 horsepower, the new version might deliver closer to 1000. That's thanks to either a turbocharged rebuild of the same platform or a complete swap. Either way, It's necessary the additional weight from the era, upgraded gun, and modern systems demands more horsepower to maintain mobility. Speaking of mobility, the tracks and suspension system also appear to have received upgrades. You can see additional shock absorbers installed, and the tank seems to ride more smoothly over terrain in test footage. If Iran intends to use this tank in the varied landscapes of the Middle East to urban warfare, deserts, and mountain passes, then that suspension boost will be critical. But all these upgrades raise a crucial question: why is Iran investing in an old American tank? The answer is layered. First, Iran has a large number of M60s and similar tanks left over from before the 1979 revolution. These vehicles were either imported during the Shah's era or captured and reverse-engineered over time. Sanctions and embargoes have made it difficult to obtain modern Western or even Eastern armored vehicles. So, they're building inward, taking what they already have, and turning it into something lethal. Second, from a strategic standpoint, modernized legacy platforms like the Soliman 402 are cost-effective and fast to deploy. Rather than investing in an entirely new tank designer which would take years and massive funding, Iran can roll out dozens of these enhanced M60s in a short span. They're likely to be used in asymmetric warfare scenarios, regional deterrence, or internal defense operations. Now, let's be real. This isn't a fifth-generation super tank. It's not going to outperform the Leopard 2A7, the M1A2 SEP V3, or the Russian T-14 Armator in a straight fight. But that's not its role. The Soliman 402 is about survivability, firepower, and cost-effective modernization. It's Iran's answer to a battlefield where drones, IEDs, and infantry ambushes dominate. It's a tank built for the wars that are happening and not the ones imagined by Western doctrine. It's also a powerful propaganda tool. Rolling out a new tank with domestic upgrades sends a clear message: Iran is self-sufficient, militarily competent, and ready to repel threats. It showcases the nation's defense industry and its ability to adapt and survive under prolonged sanctions. Now, what does all this mean for global tank development? It proves that old platforms can still evolve. It's a reminder that not every military is going to buy the latest $10 million tanker. Many will take their old gear, apply ingenuity, and make it work. We've seen similar strategies with Egypt's Ramses II program, Turkey's Sabu upgrades, and Jordan's Falcon project. Iran's Soliman 402 fits into that tradition, but with its own aggressive twist. And for those who think the tank is deader, this is proof it's not. Even as drones and loitering munitions become more prevalent, tanks like the Soliman 402 are adapting with better defenses, better situational awareness, and smarter design. It's not about making them invincibly, it's about making them harder to kill, more accurate, and more versatile. So there you have it. The Soliman 402, Iran's modernized M60A1. A Cold War warrior, reimagined for 2025. Whether you admire the engineering or question its practicality, there's no denying it's a bold statement from a country carving its own path in military modernization. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What do you think about the Soliman 402? Clever engineering or outdated hardware dressed up for show? Let us know. Until next time, this is Motor Authority. Stay sharp, stay informed, and keep your engine running.